Hey there, artist. So today we are going to be starting on adding some of the details that make our theme come alive. So your goal is to have somebody look at your hat and not have to guess. They know just by looking at it exactly what your idea is. So it's not random or anything like that. You're thinking about what you can do to add. I will also put on my thinking cap, but it's your art, so I need you to think outside the box on how to make it the best possible. So on this one, you can see it's an animal. So I made sure I added a nose, I added huge eyes, and I added some ears. And then I just added some pizzazz to make my fox look more, well, like a fox. I even was able to add a big tail, and it got more and more elaborate. And the more I did it, the more ideas I had. So I'm going to be putting this one aside, and I'm going to show you just some ideas that you might need to use and you might not, but be thinking about what you want to do to create your theme. So let me set that one aside. Like I was saying, you're creating your theme, but because this is such a big project and it can be intimidating, the first thing you're going to do, even if you already have an idea, is I am going to be giving you a tiny little sheet that has a couple hats drawn on it. And you can see that even when I did my fox, this isn't my real example, I just did this one because I made several different versions. You can even flip it over on the back. And what I did was I drew exactly what some different ideas, okay? So again, I tested more than what you're seeing right here. I had to do it this way so I was able to visualize. And then I even can make some notes on like how I planned on doing things, like making paper ears to add a black tissue paper for the nose. And then I put some things that I wasn't sure about, like, do I want to add glitter? Yes or no? Do I want to add ribbon? Yes or no? Those were just some ideas. So you are going to do this before you start adding your details. Yes, you've got to. So please write your name because I might collect these so that I can see them, and maybe I'll be able to help you, give you some suggestions off of that. So I'm going to put this aside. Goodbye, Fox, because I'm going to be working on some other stuff. Okay, so today's just the beginning. You might not even get very far. Maybe you're not even ready for this step. Truly, I'm not ready because I wish I put more white tissue paper on so that I can make it really white. But for the sake of the example, I'm going to go ahead and move forward. So if you recall, you might not, but I said that I was going to turn this hat and my theme was going to be paint. So I wrote my name and I already really envisioned what I wanted to do, so I know. So I made sure to I drew a palette, and I said that I'm going to use some old paintbrushes, and so put some paint drips. I don't know if I should add splatter paint or not. I'm going to save that idea for later. So to get started, once again, we're doing this, and I'll make sure I look at them too. Something that you could do, you might have done already, is on the other side, if you would like to add a loop of string. Oh gosh, I've got too many supplies here. I don't know where I put my string. Anyway, though, I cut out a string and I made it a loop and I glued it on with several, meaning many layers of tissue paper. And I did that because when I'm finished with my project, I can hang it up on the wall like this, all right? So if you want to have that option, even if you're not sure, I think that's a great idea. Okay, so for those of you that are also creating an animal, I'm going to give you some advice. Even if you're not creating an animal, maybe it'll help you. If you would like to add ears, like I did, the way I did that was, I'm going to use this construction paper, but really I should pick a white construction paper. I want to use the same color. If you need construction paper to be the same color of your hat and I don't have it out, that's okay, just ask. So normally we're not to cut up full pieces of tissue or construction paper, but this is a special occasion. So to make ears, like I did on the fox, I want to make two, so I'm going to fold it in half, crease it, and with a pencil, always with a pencil, I'm going to make a very wide triangle, all right? If you don't like it, do not just throw it away and start another one. Flip it over, erase it. Don't be so wasteful. So again, everybody's process is going to be different. Even if you're not doing ears, maybe you'll be like, oh, I like this idea for a future project. Now these are obviously the biggest ears of my whole life. This is not what I need. So to create this though, you want to bring those two pieces together because ears actually are more like this. And to glue those, you can just use the same type of glue. Actually, I think it's going to be even better to use my tissue paper. You can use glue sticks. It doesn't matter, okay? You just glue it how you feel like you want to glue it, okay? And then I'm going to attach it, or I'm not going to on mine because it's paint themed, like this. And the way that I'm going to attach it, all right, guys, I'm cheating a little bit. I mean, I'm not going to do the whole thing. You're still going to be needing some tissue paper because I use it kind of like tape. All right. So again, if I were really doing ears on mine, they would be white to match my, what is this, hat. I can take the tissue paper, wrap it around, and glue it. Just like I did the other stuff. I can take my tissue paper and stick it down and glue it like this. And it might not stick great on the first day, but the more you add, the better, okay? So again, I'm going very fast. And I think I already mentioned, I will have hot glue that I will be able to help with too. Speaking of just hot glue, or in general, I will be in hot demand today and for this whole project. So please wait for me. And if while you're waiting, just ask your neighbors. Please do not run up to me, interrupt, and think that I'm not helping somebody else. If I am moving around the art room, chances are I'm doing it so I can help somebody. To make eyes, if you need eyes, do not go quick on the eyes. Really take your time, okay? So my recommendation is to draw one really well. I'm going to pretend, fold it in half. I'm not going to cut it out yet. I'm just going to work on one eye. All right, so I'm pretending. For the fox, I made huge, large eyes. I think large eyes are always a good idea, but I'm going to make a different style just so you see. All right, thank you for your patience. Okay, then I would, once you like the shape, then trace with Sharpie, get a really dark outline. And you're going to keep that outline because it's just going to really make your artwork pop. Dark things stand out. All right. Again, I'm not going to do all of mine, don't worry. But I do want to give you guys lots of ideas, even if you're like, I'm not even making eyes, Miss Langdon. Don't worry, there's different stuff too. All right. And then color it in, maybe leave the white dots in the eyes. This is not my best work. I'm not taking my time. You should take your time. Make the black line thicker, 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 thicker. That is going to matter, all right? And then you can color it with whatever you like, but I find the most vibrant thing to be oil pastels. If you're going to use oil pastels like me, you're going to have lighter colors towards the center. Ooh, I'm not coloring just the easy way like this. Did you notice that? I'm coloring out. All right, coloring out, 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 out. Like a sun rays. All right, this is good advice no matter when you make eyes. And I'm going to pick a darker hue of the same color, and now I'm going to fill it all in with the opposite kind of sun rays. All right, you can go back and forth adding different. Maybe I'll use some lighter ones. And that's going to be how you make really nice eyes. Again, I still have white spaces. I would take my time. All right. Remember, I still have my paper folded in half so that when I finish one eye, and again, I went too fast. I can cut it out. My paper is folded so that when I cut it, I'm not going to be making one. I'm going to be making two. Keep my area tidy. Does it go like that? Nope, it goes like this. And then I will try my hardest to imitate this eye and then to glue it on. You will have the buckets of glue available. I just made a little one and the paintbrushes. You can use it like glue stick, and then you could stick them on how you want them to go. Ooh, I love that. This would be good for, again, different animals or whatever that you have. All right, other things are, I will try and have a little bit of model magic. If you need some model magic, again, you're not tons and tons, but if you need, I don't know, you want a bit spikes. Do you remember how we colored these before? You use marker and you mix it up and you could turn it to be a color, and then you'll be able to, again, you could glue it or let it stick, and you can make spikes, for example, like that. All right, again, I'm just giving you so many ideas. Let's say, for example, you want to have, I don't know, a ball or a nose or something. You could take it, do you see it? This is just, what is this? What is this? Paper towel. I could ball it all up. I could put just a little bit of glue on it. I could stick it to where I want it to be. Pretend I want a nose. And then, not right now, but when it's dry, I can color it with a tissue paper and just push the tissue paper so it fits. That is what I did with my fox nose. I'll show you that one more time. So you can see that my fox nose bumps out, and that's because, again, I just wadded up some paper. Paper towel worked fine. I covered it with black tissue paper, and then I just stuck it on, okay? So those, again, are some ideas. So be thinking about what the art room has. Like I said, for my paint design, I don't have any of that stuff with me right now. So I'm gonna have to create a palette. I could draw it on cardboard and cut it out. I do have old paintbrushes that are over in the sculpture station that I can use. And I can add it like that. And then for paint, I'm just gonna use actual paint. I will tell you, you are welcome to paint on your mask, or your hat, excuse me, but are you listening? Are you listening? I don't think it looks good when you paint on these. So for example, if you are doing, I don't know, you wanna do a logo, you wanna do like the Bengals logo, I don't recommend painting it on here. I do recommend making it on paper. I'm just using this as an example, cutting out and gluing it. I'm gonna say that one more time. I do not recommend drawing or painting directly on your mask. I don't think it looks as good. I do recommend doing that on separate paper, and once it's dry, cutting it out, okay? So, for example, for mine, I know that I can't use this paintbrush. This is a good one, but when I stick things like this on, I'm gonna need to use the hot glue, won't I? So, Miss Langdon, me, I will be able to help you with that. So, there's lots of different ideas to think about, but it all starts with brainstorming right here, and you can make sure that you ask other people too. If you were going to put like wings, I don't know, like paper would be a great idea. There's just so many different things that you could use, and there's so much out in the art room that you might have forgotten. And I have other things too that might fit your theme that I don't have out. All right, everybody, happy arting today.